And a very nice deep catch to go with those wonderful bowling analysis. I don't know whether there's an anchor's role in T20I, but Reza Hendricks has got to now make sure that he plays out the remaining overs. He's on 45 of 28. This was clearly missing the stumps down the leg side. More a cosmetic appeal than anything of seriousness. Well, it's a house full here, and so plenty of people can have this Vigotel selfie moment. You can be on the big screen as well.
Yeah, I think just to your point, Rami's not so much an anchor role, but you also don't want to lose the intensity of which you're batting at. So perhaps keeping the ball on the surface for a little while, run hard, put those fielders under pressure, just to gain a bit of momentum back in your favour. Because you certainly feel the last 5 overs certainly belongs to Pakistan. That is certainly a lesson that this young man will have to take to heart. Watched him play in Namibia a couple of weeks ago, and he gave it away with a soft dismissal. South African captain. So you'd have learned from that, understand the importance of starting out another partnership, because there's still plenty of time left in this contest.
I think it's about wickets in hand now for South Africa. 4 wickets down. You want to be in a healthy position in the last 5. So the next 2-3 overs are going to be critical. Must not lose Reza Hendricks.
And he'll understand the importance thereof. The senior player has been around for some time, Reza Hendricks. So we'll put a high value on his wicket, knowing that he wants to take this innings as deep as possible. Be there over 17, 18. Shot.
Operates with a lot of clarity, Mohammad Nawaz, as a bowler, and he's a floater with the bat as well. So you put him at number 3, anywhere from number 3 to number 6, 7. He's more likely to deliver the goods for you. Different pace, and so another impressive over comes to an end. 119 for 4. It was extremely busy before the start of the game. A lot of people were walking into the stadium. A lot of interest in T20I series, and this is the last of the games here at Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium. They've been gracious hosts during the test match as well. A lot of people came in. Wider angle could only give him a single, so momentum is kind of average right now.
Yeah, I think I'd like to just touch on that point as well from a Pakistan perspective, especially with that new ball in the power play. I think they'd be a little bit disappointed on the way that they've gone on out there. They've almost expected South Africa to play a certain way and the surface to behave a certain way, not affording themselves to make use of that new ball. Of course, we know in the T20 format, you almost only have that new ball for 2 overs where it swings around. So why afford the opposition the opportunity to run away with it? You look at many of those boundary balls in the power play itself was all slower balls. You've been hit off a good length, you can live with it. But the minute you go to option B and that's gone the distance, then you're under pressure as a bowler. So perhaps a learning curve for this Pakistan seamers, especially with that new ball. You have to make it talk.
Well ball time.
This ball, a very good spell here, right bit of a mystery regarding what he bowls. The seam ball that got the better of the hitter, and then the one that jumped and spun. Nawaz, they're catching that one quite nicely. Right, we've got an EV car for you, Inverix Zeo. Performance, style or savings, everything at one place. Pakistan's most affordable and environmentally friendly Inverix Zeo. The perfect choice for you. Oh, there's another wide one and a toughie for the keeper. Another wide given. You can make out what he's trying to do is just wanting to stay away from the radar of the hitter, making sure that the body is not behind the shot, and he is stretching him to go over cover.
Yeah, in many ways, they've also studied Donovan Ferreira, knowing that his strength lies on the leg side, so trying to force him into that offside.
Oh, well ball time.
This time a little straighter. We can talk about those two different options of deliveries, and they're very well disguised, because as a batsman, you're looking for visual clues. He doesn't afford you many, Saeem.
On 49, Reza Hendricks has played a good hand. Sweeps, it's in the air, away from the field, and 4, probably a 6, who knows. 50 comes up for Reza Hendricks. It's a boundary, his 18th in T20Is, 3rd versus Pakistan, and it has been a brilliant innings. Wickets have gone down from the other end, but he's stood firm and he's played a wonderful innings here.
Yeah, appreciated by his teammates. He's really been the anchor this evening. Once again, he gets himself over that half-century mark with an excellent innings. Yeah, at Rawalpindi, but he himself would know that the job is not done. Well, 7 overs remaining, 33 balls it took him to get there. Only 6 balls, 6 dot balls. And that's what's key. Managed to rotate, strike, run hard between the wickets, and when the boundary ball presents itself, take full advantage of it.
That's well left, actually, because it was always going to be a wide. So why even go after it?
Now we know what happened in the head of your batsman. Always tempted to go after it, even if it's a wide. Hey, Rummies.
Let's see what happens now. Still staying on that leg stump.
Well bowled, Nawaz Khan.
Yeah, we talk about this spell from Mohammad Nawaz. He's a smart cricketer, Rummies. Fortunately, I've had the opportunity of working with him in the 21 World Cup. Just the way that he thinks about the game, constantly, continuously wanting to improve. This evening, his team under pressure. What a spell this is so far. 2 for 18 in 3.1 deliveries.
There's so many cricketers that are not really appreciated, and Nawaz, unfortunately, is one of them. Hello here, shampoo. 100% confidence with dandruff-free hair. Wow. Goes under the radar, Nawaz, unfortunately. Such a big performer. That's gone and will hit the fence. Such a good shot and great piece of placement. Obviously, the timing was great as well, but the placement was even better.
Yeah, and this is the danger with operating. That's wide outside the off stump. You can see intentional from Donovan Ferreira. It's rocking back, picking up that length early, generating the pace. Excellent shot. Yeah, angry with himself because he knows that fielder has to be a lot squarer if he's going to operate on that line.
That fielder, Vernon, will never be in position when you're hit for a 4. You see bowlers complaining all the time, but that really was some hit. Beautiful shot. Just a glimpse so far. He's 9 of 10. What he can achieve in T20I is powerful striker. Strong shoulders, and he's timed the ball so well so far. Oh, wider the stumps, quicker as well. Nawaz, he'll do that. Vary the bowling angles.
Given his runs as well, Rami, so perhaps a chance. Talk about bowlers moaning about fielders on the boundary. Yeah, can he close out the spell? It's an excellent spell for Mohammad Nawaz. 2 for 24, 1 ball remaining.
Three fielders clubbed together at point area. So, I don't know, Vern, looking at that field, is it going to be a quicker delivery or a slow one outside the off stump?
Yeah, I definitely think he's going to go full and quick. You can't afford any sort of whiff. Seeing those 3 fielders behind point. Well, perhaps point will be on point and 2 behind point. Talk about Mohammad Nawaz outfoxing batters. That was an excellent ball. Just holding it back a touch. Understanding that Brevis was going to come after him. That's the one thing they say, you can't buy that experience, Rami. So you'll have to be out there, experiencing it for yourself. This will be a free hit though, because it was a no ball. Where's he going? Oh, I tell you what, you'd feel that he's missed out there, Reza Hendricks.
It's been such a good spell that even a free hit doesn't really go over the fence. But his speed variations are outstanding. 89, 86, and we're talking about speeds in this over. 88, 83. Ball at over 90 kilometers per hour as well. So terrific variations from Mohammad Nawaz. 2 for 26, last ball of his spell. Bowls him, it's another one. He's picked up 3. That was straighter, it skidded off the surface, attempting the hard length. Not a lot of spin on that one, but he's been in such great form and in that mood that he's toppling the opposition over with guile and precision.
Yeah, you make mention of the speed variation, and I can bet you this evening that that man in picture, he was always going to be the man for Pakistan. Well, he got rid of the South African captain, Donovan Ferreira. South Africa 139 for 5.
Last time when he played against Pakistan in South Africa, it was very, very special. Produced match-winning performances. George Linde, left-arm spinner, and can bat properly as well. And I think his job has got to be, Vern, to get a partnership rolling and stop Pakistan from rolling South Africa over completely.
Well done, 5.
Yeah, he's a destructive hitter, but again, highlighting the importance of just forming a partnership. Donovan Ferreira perhaps looking too square, the length not there that he was after. But wow, what a spell from Mohammad Nawaz. 3 for this evening, 3 for 26 in 4. And where Pakistan were at the halfway mark, he's given his team an opportunity to have another look at the victory here this evening.
Very special. It's a full house, and he must have enjoyed this.
Oh, well bowled, 5.
Bowlers get roasted here in Rawalpindi, but here is Mohammad Nawaz with a special spell. Highest scoring ground, second highest scoring ground venue in T20Is in the world.
I think I mentioned it to you, Rami, is that just before the start of play, having been out there, having a look at the surface, there's quite a few cracks on that particular surface. And the way Pakistan has gone about with that new ball, they'll be slightly disappointed. So, although the average score here being 2-on-2, I do feel that this surface doesn't warrant that 2-on-2 figure this evening.
250?
Steady on, the bowlers still need to sleep this evening.
Yeah, you're right, actually. Few have stayed low, few have jumped. But when you're consumed in trying to stop the fours and the sixes, you lose the side of bowling out opposition. Wanted to get that advantage by picking up wickets. And you see the advantage straight away. If you look at Mohammad Nawaz, what he's produced, it has slowed down South Africa. And now, suddenly, they're looking at a score less than 200.
Yeah, I always look at what's going to make me effective on particular surfaces. And when I know I'm going to play on a high-scoring venue, there's two modes of dismissals that you want to bring in play, and that is bowled and LBW. You do not want to leave the stumps that often. I think if you have to summarize the way Pakistan has gone in at power play, that's where they were at fault. Excellent running once again. Well, at the end of 15, South Africa 145 for 5.
Last 5 overs in the first innings, South Africa 145 for 5. George Linder fresh to the crease. Nawaz, phenomenal spell, 3 for 26. Varied his pace, predominantly kept it within the 4 to 6 meter mark at the good length area, and more importantly targeted the stumps. The wide one was the slow fighted one to get rid of Tony Dizorzi. That's beauty. That is an absolute stunner from abroad. He's been a touch expensive in his first couple. And hope he can pick up from where Nawaz is left off. But JP Duminy alongside. Vern mentioned a really good point about the running between the wickets. Yes, they've picked up a lot of boundaries, but a feature of this innings also has been the lesser number of dot balls South Africa has played in between the boundaries. So they've looked for the ones and twos every time the boundary hasn't been available, and that has meant that they've only played 27 dot deliveries so far. Why then, and this is for Pakistan fans. Yeah, Pakistan, Hamdard Pakistan making moments flavorful, introducing 12 new recipe mixes. Food products at the finest. JP, you've picked up a few?
Yeah, it's been an interesting time for South Africa against spin. 94 for 5 in the allotted. Well, we're going into the 12th over of spin in this innings already.
There's been a different change of ploy from Pakistan. The spinners have bowled it slightly slower, and they've kept it outside the batting arc, floated it outside the off stump. And Nawaz was the first to do so. Abrar now following suit. That has meant they've strung together a few good overs, which has also meant they've picked up a few wickets, just holding South Africa back.
Yeah, you mentioned the hallmark of this innings thus far, or one of them at least, has really been the running between the wickets. And conversely, you spoke about dot balls. It's in the last 2 years, this is where Pakistan have fallen short, isn't it? 39% of the deliveries have been dot balls. So that's certainly something, particularly in this innings, when you're going to have to chase a score down.
Well ball.
You're going to make sure that there's good running between the wickets, limited dot balls, and making sure you're stringing together good partnerships. From South Africa's point of view, well, started off well, 89 for 1 after 7 overs, so momentum was certainly with them. Right again, and certainly brought it back beautifully of Pakistan. You were on the pitch a little bit earlier before the game, and you spoke about this pitch generally being north of 200 in terms of runs on the board. I feel South Africa have to finish off really well to get close to that.
Well ball. Good job.
Will pick up 1 to end the over. And 7 of Abrar's third, 16 done at 152 for 5. And 5 wickets and all to the spin. Best figures for Nawaz at home. 3 for 26, a couple to Saim. Reza Hendricks right from the onset, 60 of 39. And pace is back, that of Shaheen Shah Afridi. They have to reload. And a few wayward balls, to be precise, 9 of them. That is also something Pakistan will have to look at, going with the 1 no ball earlier on in the piece. JP, you mentioned the dot ball dilemma that Pakistan has faced, and oddly enough, up until 2022, the dot ball percentage for Pakistan was 34%. It's risen since. Slashes hard, the width not in favour of Shaheen Shah Afridi, flies over third for 4.
Clear intention from Shaheen Shah Afridi to hit that wide line. Doesn't quite get the length, and provides an opportunity for George Linder. A thick outside edge, and the field positioning currently allows a gap just over that third man region. And welcome boundary for South Africa. Bit of momentum in the over.
Oh, wow. Absolutely belted through the offside. My goodness. He packs a punch, George Linder. Back-to-back boundaries.
How good is that sound off the bat from George Linder? Has the great ability to really take it to bowling attacks if given an opportunity. Change in field now. Shaheen Shah Afridi unfortunately hasn't executed, and deep point comes into the ring, and Woodruff drops on the boundary.
Makes matters worse. Not the line, not the length either. Too much width on offer. And he goes 3 on the bounce now.
Yeah, trio of boundaries for George Linder. And we spoke earlier in the power play about change of pace being a critical piece in the back end of this innings. Unfortunately, it's the line that is disappointing here for Shaheen Shah Afridi. He changes the field, he brings up the offside, but unfortunately still errs on the wide line and frees George Linder's arms.
So field remains the same. Shaheen Shah Afridi just ushering the 2 men top right of your screen to go in finer. That's better. You spoke about line. It has to be closer in line with the stumps, not allowing the batter to free his arms. Both occasion width. There it is, wide, too far wide. Once again, width on offer. The line not there either. This one again pulls the length back. Width is still there, especially after the change of field. 13 of the first 4. Shine will be looking to close this over out without conceding another boundary. Even better if he can get Pakistan a breakthrough. A strike. Oh, he's put it down. A miss hit straight to Babar Azam, and to make matters worse, that is the 4th boundary of the over.
How costly will this be for Babar Azam and Pakistan? Momentum with South Africa, gets his 4th boundary. Fortunate for George Linder. I feel that he will be disappointed with the fact the delivery was there to hit it out the ground, gets it on the toe. But fortunately put down from a South African point of view.
Very close to the wide line, but does get 1 to end the over. Excellent over for South Africa. 18 off it, 17 done, 170 for 5.
Yeah, most expensive over of the innings thus far for Pakistan. An opportunity gone to begging. Momentum created by South Africa. An opportunity to get the 6th wicket. Goes a begging for them.
They've done really well, South Africa. Plenty of high rises there. 9 out of the 17 overs so far have gone for 10 or more. The last over, the 17th, went for 18. The most expensive over so far, which means a change of bowling. Now Abrar to bowl his 4th. He hasn't picked up a wicket tonight. That's skied. That's off the toe, but does have the distance also. Once again, the ball flies over the boundary. Make that 4 sixes so far.
George Linder can certainly be a match winner in this format. And in the space of 7 deliveries has really changed the complexity of this game. 18 runs in the previous over and 6 already. We spoke earlier about 200 mark being a great anchor from a South African point of view, and well on their way.
At 205 is what they've projected at. The way the Linders teed off. Hendricks there at 60. 37 of 20 to the partnership. They can afford to look north of that as well. And that's not going to help. That's really poor from Pakistan. 10 wides now to go with the 1 no ball. You can see a few teapots out there for Pakistan. They want to reel this back in. Change of pace. All right. Lovely, because it's a Fikr-free moment. You can download that app and get the insurance you need on your fingertips. Oh, this is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. It's not for the home side, unfortunately.
The look of South Africa being in control.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and that's a wicket. It's the breakthrough that Pakistan were after. And Reza Hendricks has played a vital hand in this innings thus far. And he comes to an end.
Yeah, was there from the very get-go. And just a swipe into too far square, you'd imagine, for Reza Hendricks. Slightly fuller as well from Abrar. And he picks up his first for tonight. Not after damage was done by Reza Hendricks. It's a very good knock, that of 60 or 40. South Africa lose their sixth for 178. Corbin Bosch out there at number 8. Off the mark straight away.
Yeah, at times we've seen some variable bounce on the surface, a few cracks. And yeah, an option that has been really successful up until that point for Reza Hendricks. The ability to pick up length well. He's really successful with the sweep shot as well. What an innings he's played.
A call for 2, running exceptional once again. Comfortable in the end. Linda now 32 of 17. Brar's over also, in spite of the wicket, has gone for 11. One more ball left in his spell. He's been expensive, really expensive tonight. 40. Just the one wicket. A floater. And Nawaz does well. Fahim rather at the boundary. So Brar closed an expensive spell out tonight. 4 overs, 42 for 118 done. South Africa 183 for 6. $183 for 6. Top scorer Reza Hendricks, and he was supported through and through. Peacock and Dizorzi both got starts, but they were blistering. Really good knocks to provide all the impetus up the order. Can South Africa get 200? Change of pace. That's what's worked tonight, JP. The change of pace, a slow one into the surface of a length. Just keeping it away from the batting arc. It's been a difficult one to score the boundaries off.
Yeah, it's really about your delivery trying to match your field. And I think that's at times where Pakistan have fallen short. Shaheen Shah Afridi, we've seen that. Bowling wide, unfortunately hasn't executed. Yeah, great shot. Finds the middle of the bat. Easy to get the boundary. And good bit of fielding by Babar Azam. We spoke about trying to stay outside of George Linder's arc, but still manages to find the middle of the bat.
Yeah, hitting it horizontal back past the bowler. Almost caught his partner by surprise. Babar does well. Gets a hand to reel it back into Shaheen Shah Afridi. They pick up a couple of runs. Excellent from Naseem Shah. Change of pace into the surface. Almost that spongy bounce. That's a Tapal, a tea moment once again. Plenty of smiles always. Fans enjoying Pakistan's finest. #1 tea brand. Right then, fine and third up in the ring. He goes for the slower change of pace again. Maybe the ramp up and over behind the keeper on. Thought of it as a second thought though. And it's probably why Linda does not connect.
Yeah, you can't say this is a strength of George Linda. He's generally known for playing the ball down the ground and his big hits. Got to give credit to Naseem Shah. Understands the conditions, understanding what is difficult to play. Coming towards the end of the innings. And really about minimizing risk for Pakistan. I feel that spin has really dominated for sure for Pakistan. But how do you carry momentum into that batting innings is important.
Cleans him up. Full straight. You miss, I hit, says Naseem Shah. And that was on with pace as well. Closes the curtain on a good knock from George Linda.
Yeah, you have to recognize it's the first two deliveries that really gets into George Linda's head, trying to understand what is the delivery that Naseem Shah is going to bowl. He's bowled two cutters, the previous two, not sure, doesn't fully commit to it. Full and straight is the call from Naseem Shah. And you miss, I hit. Great hand by George Linda, he goes for 36. South Africa, 186 for 7.
Lizard Williams in to face the final delivery from Naseem Shah. Swivels round the corner, clean-up job at the fence. Called for two from the onset and runs well. Excellent over from Naseem Shah. Picks up a wicket. 1 over left in the piece, 188 for 7.
Talk about changing momentum, just 5 runs from it, and the Naseem Shah over the 19th over. And you feel this is where South Africa tried to dominate. Until that point, they were going well. Yes, the loss of Reza Hendricks, but George Linda certainly played his hand.
"19 overs, 188 for 7. Excellent over from Naseem Shah. Only the 5 runs and picking up the important wicket of George Linda. And to close proceedings out, Shaheen Shah Afridi. He's gone for a fair few tonight, 39 of his 3. Fielder inside the ring doesn't get a hand. Fielder outside the ring doesn't get a hand. Corbin Bosch hits the boundary on the very first delivery. South Africa 192 now.
Yeah, Pakistan will feel a little bit disappointed here. Field certainly suggests that he's going to bowl the wider line. And Corbin Bosch, well, he gets enough of it to find the gap. Valiant effort on the boundary.
Straightens up into the leg side for 1. And the order of the day was to bowl with variations in pace. It'll be interesting to see the difference between the quickest and the slowest. So relatively slow are the slow ones. Significant drop in pace. Dropping down to 107, 108, close to 135, 136. pace on has travelled tonight. Pace on hasn't travelled when the line and length has been spot on, and that's where Pakistan's been wayward. Every now and then they strung together a few good dot deliveries, and in there's been a boundary opportunity which South Africa have pounced on.
I certainly think in South Africa's camp they're looking at this score 184-7 at this point. There's still something in the surface, isn't there? If you're able to hit the stumps more often than not, use your variations well, and I'm pretty sure that will be the conversation from the batters that were out there in the middle. What are the most difficult deliveries to face? That's a big hit. Does he get enough of it? No, he doesn't. So in the end, Shaheen Shah Afridi has the last say against Corbin Bosch.
And bags his first for tonight. Shaheen Shah Afridi, 120 clicks, rolls his fingers, the slow one into the surface, and gets high on Corbin Bosch's bat as well. Fahim Shah with a simple take on the fence. South Africa now 8 down, couple of deliveries left in the first innings. Bosch goes for 7. Excellent delivery to the new batter in, Andre Berger. One delivery now left, 194 for rate. That's why he's here, the slow one into the surface, working for Shaheen Shah Afridi. Right then. Final delivery, final legal. Get back, get in. Does well, Usman Khan in the end. Plenty of action to close the first innings out, which also means there is a run out. South Africa will end on 194 for 9. And just imagine the last 5 overs have done well for Pakistan. Last couple of overs, 11 runs and the 3 wickets, and that was the final one of them.
Yeah, certainly feel that we're in for a great run chase. 194 from South Africa, and really it's about momentum. And then you speak about the last 2 overs just going for 11 runs, and you feel that that's the conversation. Well fought back. Now let's take that into the batting from a Pakistan point of view. From South Africa, well, have they learnt from what deliveries works on the surface? A great hand by Reza Hendricks, 60 or 40 at the top of the innings. A few cameos from De Kock and De Zorzi. And then Linda at the back end of the innings, creating some momentum for South Africa. And in the end, South Africa in the allotted 20 overs, 194 for 9.
Pakistan had a few things to deal with. Partnerships are plenty. 2 certainly up the order, providing all the momentum. 44 and 49. Reza Hendricks first with De Kock, then with De Zorzi. A good hand in the middle orders as well from Ferreira, George Linda, again with Reza Hendricks. 27 off 39, those two to get them to 194 for 9. Now Pakistan, they had their work cut out. A couple of wickets to Saim and Nawaz with the pick of the bowlers, both spinners bagging 5. 1 to Abra, 1 to Shaheen, and 1 to Naseem. Naseemers were expensive. Nawaz with good figures, 3 for 26. But it's now time to head down to Zainab Abbas. Who do you have with you?
Yes, his career best figures in Pakistan, Mohammad Nawaz. Nawaz, आपके career best figures हैं, यहाँ पे 3 विकेटें आपने हासिल की पाकिस्तान में. क्या कहेंगे कंडीशंस के बारे में थोड़ा सा बताएं कि कंडीशंस कैसी थी?
आई थिंक टिपिकल कंडीशंस है जो रावलपिंडी क्रिकेट स्टेडियम में यूजुअली होती हैं. स्पिनर का बॉल आई गेस थोड़ा सा ग्रिप कर रहा है, बट अभी ड्यू पड़ रही है तो शायद वो भी ना करे. और फास्ट बॉलर का जो बॉल है वो तो काफ़ी अच्छा आ रहा है बैट पे.
अच्छा, प्लान क्या था जब आप आए? आपने कहा टिपिकल कंडीशंस हैं, क्या किस चीज़ पे कंसंट्रेट कर रहे थे? पेस वेरिएशन या क्या देख रहे थे अपनी बॉलिंग के हवाले से?
डेफिनेटली पेस वेरिएशन एज वेल, बट सिचुएशन के हिसाब से कंडीशंस को असेस करना, सिचुएशन को असेस करना है कि क्या बैट्समैन चाह रहा है, तो उसमें फिर हमारा जो प्लान सेट होता है, प्लान ए प्लान बी, तो उसके अकॉर्डिंगली उसको चलाते हैं.
बैटिंग में भी आपका अच्छा फॉर्म नज़र आया है, एशिया कप में भी. क्या उस पर स्पेसिफिक काम किया है, कैसे इम्प्रूव किया?
जी बिल्कुल, काम तो किया है बैटिंग पे. स्पेशली जब मेरी बैटिंग आती है तो वो ऐसी क्रंच सिचुएशन होती है, और टीम को जो रिक्वायर्ड है एज एन ऑलराउंडर, वो बॉलिंग बैटिंग दोनों में रिक्वायर्ड होता है. तो मैं कोशिश करता हूँ कि जब भी अपनी प्रिपरेशन करूँ तो वो मैं अपनी बॉलिंग बैटिंग दोनों को टिक करूँ और अपना 100% देने की कोशिश करूँ.
कॉन्फिडेंट अबाउट द चेस?
यस, इंशाल्लाह चेस कर लेंगे. ड्यू पड़ रही है तो होपफुली बॉल अच्छा आएगा बैट पे, और एक दो अच्छी पार्टनरशिप्स चाहिए तो इंशाल्लाह चेस हो जाएगा.
चलें, थैंक यू सो मच
Thank
Nawaz,
you.
and all the best.
थैंक यू.
Yeah, that was Mohammad Nawaz for you. Just talking about the fact that, you know, he feels confident about chasing this down. He's saying that these are typical Rawalpindi conditions, and he also spoke about the fact that he's grown in confidence in his batting as well. He's been working specifically on it, and he feels that he has an important role to play.
Thank you, Zainab. A lovely interview from downstairs. Now then, Pakistan require 195 of their allotted 20 overs. We'll have the chase on the other side.